Welcome in, Commanders fans. We are back with another video as day 4 of Washington Commanders training camp has finished up. We got, as always, a few house cleaning items to get to. Dan Quinn presser, and then a few Terry updates that he gave. And then obviously we'll talk about the full practice and some of the things that took place today. Obviously fans were in attendance today, so yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. On the road to 2,000, I cannot do it without you. Hit that notification bell as well. So Dan Quinn says, he always gives updates starting practice. And the first update he gave was that Terry McLaurin has been taken off the did not report list as he was there today. Now, I want to make this very clear. There is no Terry McLaurin extension done, but Terry McLaurin did end his holdout today, and he is now officially holding in. Means he's at the building, and he won't get fined any more money. So John Com writes, Terry McLaurin has been taken off the did not report list. He's expected to be here today, was placed on the active PUP list. There's no extension yet. Not sure this means progress, does mean no more fines. So Terry McLaurin is on the PUP list, which basically means he's going to sit. You can't practice. You can't do anything. All you can do is watch practice. Now, this is for a very specific reason. Dan Quinn reported that he does have an ankle injury. Now, to make room for Terry McLaurin on this roster, they released cornerback Fentrell Cypress, and I'll give him his flowers. Fentrell looked really good early on. He'll get an opportunity with another team, I hope. He was really good and did some good work, so I hope Fentrell, the best moving forward. I hope that he finds another team to get on. But back to Terry McLaurin. So, Terry McLaurin was there today, but he obviously did not practice because of the ankle injury. Now, he doesn't have an actual ankle injury. If you guys aren't familiar with the business, they normally do that. They normally say an injury or of some sort because Terry McLaurin isn't practicing. They find a reason to put him on the PUP list. They don't want to say because he's holding in. Dan Quinn wanted to, say an injury instead of, he's just skipping because he wants a contract. That's my understanding of it. Terry McLaurin's ankle injury isn't anything serious. Don't worry about that, guys. Whenever he gets the extension done, he will be right in 100% and full ready to go. So don't worry about it. Dan Quinn also had something else to say. He said the NFL is a line of scrimmage league, and you've got to be a rock solid on the line of scrimmage. He said that's why we, got the O-line the way it is. Traded for Laramie Tunsil, drafted Josh Connerly. Quinn also said that he doesn't know the severity of Terry's ankle injury. Listen, it doesn't matter. There's no severity of it. It's not a real ankle injury, guys. I've already explained that. And then one more thing before we get to the practice. Quinn says there's no resentment over Terry McLaurin's holdout, which ended today, and that his focus is keeping the main thing between players and coaches. Says McLaurin seemed very much like himself when seeing him today. Took time to check in with the man. Great to hear. Terry McLaurin's back. Just no extension. They will get something done soon, I hope. Let's move to the practice, but before we do, these are not my clips. All these clips on the screen, these are not my clips. Okay, I just wanted to make that known. Also, I'm sorry that I couldn't get a lot of clips today. I did not see a lot of clips posted, so I couldn't get a lot. So I'm sorry for that, guys. All right, so guys catching punts out there were Jaylin Lane, Ja'Cory Brooks, KJ Osborne, and Demetric Felton. As we expect, these are the guys that are probably going to get a chance to catch punts during the season. Jaylin Lane is obviously going to be your main guy, so those were the guys catching punts. All right, let's start with some of the practice notes. John Keim writes, Marcus Mariota threw a last-second touchdown to Michael Strahan, I think. I know a fan corrected me for how I said this before, but I'm sorry, I can't remember what he told me. Marcus Mariota threw a last-second touchdown to Mike Strahan, who made a leaping catch over the corner. Good to see Mike getting some work. Haven't heard much from him, maybe as a shot to stand out a little bit. Good touchdown for him. This was the big part of the day, by the way. Jaden Daniels just threw a dime to the corner of the end zone with 5 seconds left. In a situation they were down 6 from around the 25. Jaylin Lane with a terrific catch and tapped feet in over 3 defensive backs, including Samerstill. Throw was perfect. So Jaden Daniels threw a last-second dime to Jaylin Lane, and Jaylin Lane had a terrific catch and tapped his feet in to get a touchdown over 3 defensive backs. That's great to hear. Jaylin Lane, we haven't heard much of him being an actual wide receiver, but he will be that this year. He's not just going to be the kick returner, but that's going to be his main role, but he's also going to play wide receiver, so I'm really excited to see what he has. Mike Samerstill also had a pick 6 off of JD5 on a deep shot that was tipped. Mike Samerstill actually got an interception the other day that was tipped. Quan Martin tipped it. This time, the ball was tipped again, and Mike Samerstill got a pick 6 off JD5 in front of all the fans. Listen, I talked about it in my video the other day. He's a standout. Mike Samerstill back at his natural home in the nickel corner position. He's back. I mean, I don't have anything else to say. Mike Samerstill is him right now. He's been the best defensive player so far. He is really standing out and doing well. Don't be surprised that Mike Samerstill is doing this. He is awesome right now. He's on fire right now. Nice job by JD5 finding Eckler underneath for a big gain. So JD5 had a nice pass to Eckler during practice, and it was underneath for a big gain. Good to see Eckler in the pass game a little bit. A big gain, a nice pass from JD5. That's good to hear. Linnell Willingham also writes, he's excited for Jean Baptiste versus Josh Connolly. They apparently took the field today and went against each other. Both just took turns whipping each other, Linnell Willingham writes. So Josh Connolly versus Javonte Jean-Baptiste. We'll have to get more on how that went today, but Josh Connolly, you see that he has a new matchup every single day. They're testing this kid. They're making sure that he can play right tackle. They're making sure that he can start week 1. So I really like what they're doing there. Linnell Willingham also writes, good hole created by Biotish and Allegretti on big B-Rob run. This is one of the things we talk about. Again, B-Rob this year has a chance. This is the chance for him to break 1,000 yards. This is the chance for him to stay with the team this year. The O-line, the revamped O-line, that's really going to help him. So B-Rob had a big run today. Biotis and Allegretti created a nice hole for him, and B-Rob had a big run. I love to hear that. Again, B-Rob has to prove everything this year, all right, or else he's done. I did already talk about this, but Josh Taylor wrote, oh my, Jaden Daniels deep corner end zone touchdown to Jaylin Lane, who mossed Quan Martin and Mike Samerstill. Crazy. So apparently Jaylin Lane mossed Mike Samerstill and Quan Martin. Jaylin Lane showing out today. He had a nice touchdown in the end zone. I'm sure the fans were going crazy after that. Everybody has negatives. I've said Quan Martin's been the best defensive player out here so far, and everybody has their negatives. I said Mike Samerstill's been the best defensive player out here so far. Mike Samerstill got mossed today. It happens, right? Good to see Jaylin Lane mossing guys and getting touchdowns in the end zone. I freaking love it for him. Zach Selby wrote, really nice one-handed grab by Noah Brown during 7-on-7s. Seems like he's feeling better. Yes, we did get a Noah Brown injury update these past few days. Noah Brown's good. Man, Noah Brown's good. Week 1, Noah Brown will be 100%. Right now, he seems about 90%, but Noah Brown did have a nice catch today during 7-on-7s. Really good to see Noah Brown feeling better. He's back, right? Our wide receiver 3 is back. He's the tallest receiver that we have on this team, so we love to see him show out. Noah Brown did have a nice grab today in 7-on-7s. Really good to hear. Also, Zach Selby writes, Carlin Vigors with a pass breakup, working against Gallup. Would have been a nice sideline grab by Gallup before Vigors knocked it away. This is one of the other things I've talked about. Carlin Vigors, everybody loves him in the building. Everybody's talked about him in the building. He is a really kind of underrated undrafted free agent for this team. We all talk about Ja'Cory Brooks as the undrafted free agent that we're watching like we do every year. We watch one guy. There's 2 guys. Carlin Vigors is here. He had a nice pass breakup today working against Michael Gallup. You better watch him, man. I've told you guys this, but obviously probably not going to make the roster, but he's making plays out there, and it's really good to hear. Zach Selby also writes, really like Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's change of direction and quickness, which is what Dan Quinn talked about this week. A lot of people have talked about it. Direction and quickness on Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt was really good all week. He just had a really nice run up the middle that saw him weave through defenders for a decent gain. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt has been impressing everyone, right? And Zach Selby said he had a really nice gain up the middle that saw him weave through defenders for a decent game. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's weaving through defenders. Dan Quinn, remember, he said he has vicious cuts and cutbacks. I think that's one of the things that makes him really good. This is not your general 7th round pick. He looks way better in camp than a normal 7th round pick. I will tell you that, guys, that right now. Watch JCM, watch Bill. He has a real shot to get snaps week 1. He's been looking really good so far. He did have a nice run up the middle. Just to get more on this Jaylin Lane catch, Zach Selby wrote, absolutely wild catch by Jaylin Lane at the end of 2-minute drills. Jaden threw it up to him in double coverage in the corner of the end zone, and the rookie got both feet in for the score. So it seems like Jaylin Lane's the big talking point today. He did moss 2 defenders in the end zone, as I've talked about. Zach Selby also writes, and another last-second touchdown at the buzzer, this time from Hartman to Strahan, who made the grab over Bobby Price. Oh, I thought that said Bobby Wagner for a second. I was like, why is he out here? So Bobby Price was playing defense. We expect Bobby Price to get cooked by anyone. Jaden was the first player to celebrate with the wide receiver. So Jaden is such a good guy, man. Jaden Daniels was the first player to celebrate with Mike Strahan. Hopefully I'm saying that right, guys. Hopefully. Don't get on me about it because I don't know how to say it. Mike Strahan had a good catch. Jaden was the first player over there to congratulate him. This was a great day of practice. I'm really, really encouraged about what took place today. That I think that this is what we needed. We needed Terry McLaurin to show up. It seemed like the rest of the defense had a good day. It seemed like Trey Amos continued with his great days that he's been having. Marshawn Lattimore as well. This is really good. They got to see the fans today. You guys probably saw the clips. Jaden Daniels, signing autographs and seeing all the fans. This was really encouraging. Terry McLaurin also met with the fans today. There is no extension for Terry McLaurin yet, but I think that when we talk about it, I think that Terry McLaurin's extension will come any day now, because we talked about it. Ashburn, Terry McLaurin was in Ashburn the other day. He could show up at any point. He decided to show up today. I don't want to keep getting fined. Like, I don't want to keep having to not be with my teammates. I think that's the hardest part for me to watch with Terry McLaurin. He wants to be with his teammates, and he can't do that because he wants his money. So I still think, he deserves $32 million a year, but I think both sides are going to have to compromise, and they're going to come together at something around $30 million. So, which is still deserved for him, right? As far as today's camp, I think, obviously, what was it, Friday? The defense obviously won Friday with all the interceptions they had. I think today was a little bit of both, right? Mike Samerstill, we talked about it. Mike Samerstill's pick 6 off JD5 that he had. That also helps the defense, obviously. But Jaden Daniels, that throw to Jaylin Lane, and Jaylin Lane mossing the 2 defenders, that's going to go for the offense. So, as far as both sides, I think it was a pretty even day. Mike Samerstill interception, pick 6, but Jaylin Lane then got back and mossed Mike Samerstill. So both sides were pretty even today. It was a really good day of camp, man. We should be in pads tomorrow, but I'll have to check with that. It's either tomorrow or Tuesday. The Commanders will be in pads. This might be the last day of shells. Man, we're getting really close to the season. I cannot wait. Good day of camp, fun day of camp. This will be a great season, man. This camp is really good so far. We have to get this Terry extension under our belt. Once we do that, this will be great. Ja'Cory Brooks, as far as some of you might ask me about him again, he's had a great start to camp, but didn't do much today. Same with Deebo Samuel. He's had a great start to camp. Didn't do much today. The running backs did really well. Eckler, like I said, had that nice catch from Jaden Daniels underneath, and he took a big gain far. B-Rob had a hole opened up for him, and he went straight down the middle. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt also had I think he went up the middle and started weaving through defenders. So as far as the running back room, they had a really productive day. You saw your top 3 running backs make multiple good plays. Jaden Daniels had a really good day today. That pick 6, it was tipped. He's got to work on that, but it's okay. Jaden Daniels had a great day today. The quarterbacks continue to impress. Josh Johnson and Sam Hartman, they're battling out for QB3 right now. Who's going to show up on Sundays to be the emergency QB3? Marcus Mariota continues to look good as well. Everything's coming together, man, and we're going to start to see and hear more about Josh Connerly and the whole offensive line coming soon, because as I talk about the pads coming on and stuff, that's when you get the full idea of what the O-line and D-line looks like, because they can finally hit and come together. So that's going to be really fun to see. I know that we're all excited for this offensive line and defensive line. That's going to be my favorite part to watch. It's going to be a fun week. We're going to get in pads. Things are going to start ramping up. We have to get our number 1 wide receiver under an extension, but they will, and I trust Adam Peters. Really productive day today. Let's see if we can find anything for the press conferences that took place today. I know that a few people, Terry McLaurin speaking quickly to the media. Let me see if he had anything to say. So as I talked about, Terry McLaurin had a little interview that he was asked about watching his teammates. How was the practice? He said it's tough. It's tough because he wants to be with his teammates. And he said, he basically said in words, I just can't wait anymore. Like, my body's ready. I'm ready to go. I just have to be out here with my teammates. So I had to show up. He said right now it's business, though. And that's the reality of it. The fans love him. Young kid asked Terry about the contract. Terry said, I love you guys. I love the fans. So this is really encouraging. This is really fun to watch. It was a great practice. Let's just have a good day tomorrow. Terry McLaurin is officially holding in, so we are getting closer to an extension. All right, so that's going to do it for me. It was a great camp today. Tomorrow, I hope we're in pads, but I'll have to check with that. I think it's 8 a.m. tomorrow, 8 a.m. Tuesday. So obviously, I'll have all the coverage here. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. That's going to do it for me. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Training camp day 4 was a success. Both sides were kind of even today. So we'll see who gets after it tomorrow on a Monday morning. Hail to the Washington Commanders. As always, you guys have a good one. Peace.